Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. This is just a very quick installation, quote-unquote installation video on the Bonamici case savers. So big shout out to Scott and his team at Moto-D Racing. I placed the order and this thing came within like a day or maybe 2 days. You know, jewelry for your bike. Who doesn't like jewelry? I know I do. So this is what the finished product looks like. This is on the left-hand side. I gotta tell you, it's on a 2022 Panigale V4S and the fit is perfect. And then we'll go to the right hand side. And once again, you know, it fits absolutely perfectly. For installation, it's best if you drop the lower fairing. It's pretty easy to do that. Plenty of videos on YouTube about taking off the bottom fairing, and that's all I did. I didn't have to take off the top one. Okay, so you know, normally I have difficulty in following Italian instructions, but I got to tell you, the instructions here were super clear. The diagram was fantastic. So this is the right hand side. They provide these 3 bolts, and these are 5mm hex bolts. So this goes on the right hand side. All 3 screws are exact same size, so you don't have to worry about mixing up the screws. And this goes on the left hand side, and there are 4 screws or bolts, and they're all the same size. So on the left hand side, you will use the 4 spacers that have been provided. So you can see that there's a spacer here, and then there's a spacer here, here, and here. So these 4 bolts are removed. The OEM bolts are removed, and you would use the provided bolts and spacers. To remove the OEM bolts, you're going to need a 30mm Torx. Okay? So 30mm Torx, remove the OEM bolts, install the new bolts with the spacer, and then you torque them to 10 Newton meters. Somewhere between 8 and 10, I went with 10. So these bolts are torqued back down with a little bit of Loctite, okay, to 10 Newton meters. And then on this side, you will remove 1, 2, and 3 bolts. Those OEM bolts are Torx 30, so remove those bolts and then use the bolts that are provided and bolt this back in, and again with a little bit of Loctite, and torque it down to 10 Newton meters. And you're done. Like I said, it's the simplest, easiest install. And then obviously you want to make sure that you've got the original bolts, and so I put them in a little plastic bag. RE right hand side OEM clutch, and then left hand side OEM alternator. So 4 bolts on one side and 3 bolts on the other side. And so that's what you have. 4 bolts on this side, 3 bolts on that side. Again, installation is super easy and the fit is just perfect.